welcome. This is the Premier League. This is the football show, Premier League review, looking at the games over the weekend, week 22. Loads of games from the bottom to the top of the table, and then loads of. I think this is where the shock really happens, the big shock, especially. And we're just gonna dive into it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. Let's get into it. The first game of the weekend was Chelsea going to Fulham. Fulham going to Chelsea in that first game of the weekend, and it was a really tough game for Chelsea. They've got their game, got their new signings on, but you can tell there's something just not right. They're not. The gel is not there. The glue is not gluing the gel together. You can see there's going to be a lot of work on the training pitch by the manager. But that happens in football. It happens every single time. You have a new team and you have loads of players. You can go to 35 players or 40 or whatever. I wonder what their team will be like. At lunchtime, there will be players sitting on the floor probably. But the squad is so big, and the manager needs time to, get his first 11, which is key then, next 15 or 13 players. And there's going to be a lot of movement in the summer, that's for sure. But Chelsea went into this game. Watched the game. They had a couple of chances. New man, Enzo Fernandez, played well in midfield. He was playing as the defensive midfielder, putting himself about, trying to, get control of the game. But the Premier League, takes no prisoners. It's a very tough league. It takes time. Even some of the best players find it difficult adjusting. But I think he did well. Chelsea had the best chance. One of their new strikers had a chance to score off, but he couldn't. I think Fulham had a couple of chances as well. Palhinha in midfield was really good. And he ended the goalless draw, which was, I think, it was deserved. I think Fulham could have taken a lot of, could have seized the opportunity to win the game because Chelsea, you can tell, the players are not, they don't understand. They're not on the same wavelength. That was a good draw for Chelsea. In that one, then the 11 o'clock kickoff, 12 midday kickoff on Saturday, Everton, Arsenal. This one was a banker. Everybody thought Arsenal were going to roll over Everton, but new manager bounce. We've seen so many times. Everton were really quick. I was impressed with the pressed eye, they pressed together, they got the trigger. Every time Arsenal get on the ball, there were players, just waiting to go. And the press is so coordinated as well, the way they did it. A lot of training for, the manager had 7 days to do all this, and they did it really well. I was really impressed. I thought they were going to get tired. They didn't. They had a couple of chances to score. Calvert-Lewin had a couple of chances as well with the header over the bar. Nana in midfield is only going to be there for, you can tell it's going to move on eventually. But, Everton fans don't come for me. But that's what happens when you have a good player. But it was really good. I was impressed. Guy in midfield as well were very good. But the midfield really worked out. The press the pressing was impressive, man. Arsenal could move the ball, but they couldn't move it quickly enough. And and that's what we're pressing. When you get that pressing right, the opposition they get into this sense of they want to be, they panic, they have doubts in the way they get the ball, the way they pass, the way they create angles. You get players, who don't want to move into space, and that's what when you get the pressing right. And Everton got a corner to score with a header from Tarkowski. Arsenal. It was a free header, really, and from then on, Arsenal just struggled to get the game on. I think Nketiah had a chance as well. I think that's where Arsenal will come short for me. They don't have that talisman, the guy that will score you 20 goals a season, and that's the problem, I think. And Partey in midfield was taken off in the second half. Jorginho came on, and that's when they scored as well. It was the manager at fault for making a change. When there is a corner taken off a big guy, but sometimes we as fans, we always look for stuff to say, you know. But the manager, I think, I think he came out after and he said, yeah, his team, that he loved them more now that they've lost the game and that they're only young, they're going to make mistakes, the Arsenal squad. But I've been impressed by Arsenal. As a Tottenham fan, I've been really impressed. And although I don't want them to win the league, but, you know, if they deserve, they do win it, they definitely deserve it. And Everton as well, they got to go on a game by game now and try and pick up points as they go on. Then move on to Brighton, Bournemouth. This was a game of the bees and of the beach. Brighton, you know, one of the team of the season for me. They got this new manager, Zabi, and he's just taking them to a different level. The way they play, you know, they press, they're more entertaining now. They score goals. Mitomi, or whatever his name is, the Japanese guy. He's just incredible. He cuts inside, he goes wide, he gets crosses in. He's just so good on the ball. And I was watching that one as well. With our watch along on Saturday, and I think he got the goal towards the 87th minute with a header for a small guy, and he got to the end of it. And that's what happens. I think that's 6 goals in 5 starts or something crazy like that. But he played really well. Brighton are doing well. Bournemouth played well as well. They were in the game till the later part. But in the Premier League, you blink, you know, you get punished, and I think that's what happened. Brighton are doing really well in the league right now. Then we go on to Manchester United, Crystal Palace. That's on a 3 o'clock kickoff. This one had a lot of handbags, you know, sending offs, penalty as well, early goal from Fernandes from the penalty. He sent keeper the wrong way. United are on a good run. Crystal Palace, I thought it was going to be a tougher game, although they were missing their talisman. Zaha, he couldn't play, and I think he will have made a little bit of a difference because they got that pace up front with the front three of Zaha and Ulisse, and I think they played Edward as well. But you know, Palace, I think they gave a good account of themselves. They got to consider the second goal from Rashford, who can't stop scoring, and Palace pulled one back to Jeffrey Schlupp, and it was and there was this big brawl of handbags or pushing, you know, and I didn't even know what happened there. I saw people pushing, and Casemiro got sent off a second red card. Now they're gonna miss him, United, but United are on a roll. They're playing really well at home. They're winning games, and you know, that's what you want at this stage of the season. Just keep winning game after game, and they're doing that. And they're gonna be very difficult to beat anytime they go away at home. They're gonna be difficult to beat. The manager Ten Hag seems to have his 11, and he seems to get the players playing good, winning football. Crystal Palace, they just go get back to their winning ways. I think they will do. They got a manager there that knows what he's doing, the way he wants to play, and they will be fine. I think Palace. Brentford, Southampton is another game, 3 o'clock kickoff. Brentford played really well in this one. Southampton as well, they had a couple of chances, but Brentford just looks solid. They know what they're doing. Everyone is on the same page. They're big. They could go long, you know. Boma was just all over the place, man. He was playing more. I think he came into the midfield a little bit more as a 10, as a cam. I think he played behind Tony, and Tony too was just a bully. And the way they just rolled Southampton over with 3 goals. And I think Benmead got one of the goals as well, and it was good play. It was good play from Southampton, from Brentford, and they just a difficult team to play, and they got the 3 points in that one. Southampton, the manager came out saying something about he was letting Premier League players. He was giving them respect, and basically saying was letting them get what they want. I think I understand what he was trying to say, but as a manager, you got to do it the way you've been doing it from day one. That's been successful for you. You got a playbook. You got to go without playbook, and don't bend over for nobody. If you're going to be sacked, make sure you get sacked on doing what you think is right, and what has worked for you in the past. So I think the manager, I think the players might need to just regroup and go again. They had a couple of good results. just before this one. I think they just need to start getting wins now. Get into the habit of winning games. Then we go to Wolves, Liverpool. That one was tough. It was tough for Liverpool again. They got rolled over away from home. They just look way, way behind the pace. They're 50-50. We're not winning it. Just seems to be seconds behind getting to the ball. Midfield, too lightweight. They're all ball players. And I don't think they got the legs in the midfield. Defense as well. The Van Dijk was missing. And it was just comfortable. Wolves got the first goal through, I think it was Dawson, the big defender. And from then on, it was just one-way traffic. And the Wolves, they don't even score a lot of goals. So to put 3 past Liverpool, that's saying a lot. And I think Liverpool, the manager is not going to change the way he plays. I think they just have to keep trying to get results a little bit. Maybe might tweak a little bit of things and maybe play more on the counter. I don't know. I think they just have to find a way to stop sliding down the table. I think the manager, I don't understand, he don't want to change, but sometimes if you don't have the players, you just go have to play a system that suits the players that you have. That was the game at the Molineux. Aston Villa Leicester, that was a cracking game. I think that's the game of the week with the goals flying in. I think it was 2-2 at half time. It was 3-2 at halftime with Leicester grabbing a goal just before the interval. And Leicester came out second half and just blew them away in the second half. I think Iheanacho got a couple of one goal. I think it was Vardy on the score sheet as well. I was not sure if Vardy was on the score sheet. I can't remember. Yeah, I think Dennis Pro scored. Tete scored as well for Villa, for Leicester. Kelechi was on the score sheet, and James Maddison was on the score sheet as well. Villa only Watkins scored, and Ari Scooter scored an own goal as this defender they signed from Stoke. And that was the game of the week for sure. It ended 4-2, and it was a cracking game as well. Then we're going to Newcastle, West Ham. That one was lively. West Ham just couldn't. Newcastle couldn't get over the line. They've been dropping points lately, and that's what happened. I think they played well. The fans were behind the team. They played really well. West Ham were good as well. They're a good team. They just got to start playing. Newcastle got their first goal through Wilson. Wilson got the first goal for them. And they had one ruled off to offside. And then West Ham were always Paquetá. Paquetá got the equalizer, and West Ham look good. They look good. They look comfortable on the ball. Like everybody knows what they're doing, and it looks like they're playing themselves back into form. Newcastle have to find a win. That's the 4 draws now, and they just got to be trying and get a win. But they've been good defensively. It's not the problem. I think attack is where they need to work on. And they've got teams chasing them down for that top 4 spot. Then Forest Leeds, this one was very, very, I think Leeds played really well. I saw this game. They had a lot of chances. They just couldn't put that ball in the net. Forest got a goal to Brendan. Brendan, I can't remember this guy's name. Let's just have a look. Brendan Johnson, that's it. He's a player that I like a lot, man. Brendan Johnson is growing into this game, into the Premier League now. He gets forward, scores goals. It was incredible last season in the Championship, and it just taking it to another level in the Premier League. And he's got the goal, good volley from outside the box. And Leeds couldn't get that equalizer. They played really well. Forest just did what they had to do. They've got a big squad there for us. They've experienced players from all over the world, and you can tell that really, really showed. Keylor Navas was in goal. His keeper at the signing in January. He made a couple of good saves as well. and Leeds just couldn't get over the line. The manager has been sacked since, so which is a shame. But that's the Premier League for you. You go win games. And then the last game of the weekend was Tottenham, Man City. Tottenham got the victory. It seems to know how to play City. Tottenham is my team, so did the watch along. It was a good game. We just looked comfortable after the goal. Harry Kane getting his goal to break the record, Jimmy Cruz record, and Romero getting sent off. When you make tackles, the first tackle he made, it was just crazy. It was miles off. It was not even close to the player to be making that kind of tackle, and that's what is going to happen. It's going to be sent off. He's going to miss the next game now, which is a shame. City, they just passed the ball around. They had a couple of chances. De Bruyne not playing from the start was a bit of a it's gone for me. I couldn't understand it, but the manager he knows what he's doing, and City have all the other problems of the pitch with the Premier League looking into their transactions over the past couple of over 10 years. That's another topic entirely, to be honest. I'm gonna be looking into that in the podcast, which will be dropping sometime next week. So Tottenham get the victory, 3 points. Close the gap to the top of the 4 to 3. City still 5 points behind Arsenal, and it was a good game. It was a good day for Tottenham all around. And Harry Kane got his broke the record, and that was it really. Hopefully Tottenham can go on a run now. So this is the football show. This is 6 Yard Box. If you're new, please subscribe to the channel, like, share. Let me know what you think about the games. Comment. Let's have a look at the table. Arsenal still top with 50 points. City second with 45 points, 5 points gap. United are 3 points behind City, closing the gap on them. Newcastle 40 points. Tottenham 39 points. And they're 50 points behind Newcastle. They have Brighton at 34. Then if you go down, Brentford is 7th. Go down to the bottom of the table. Everton, with that win, moved up a little bit. Bournemouth and Southampton at bottom of the table. Leeds are just out of the relegation zone. I think it's on goal difference. And I think they need to start playing. I think they got the caretaker man there right now. And that's it really. This is the football show. This is the EPL Premier League review, looking back on the games over the weekend. Please let me know what you think about this game. Subscribe, like, share. Do you expect Arsenal to lose? Do you expect Tottenham to win? What's going on with Haaland, and can Romero ever stop getting red? Can he ever stop getting red cards? Those are the questions. If you want to comment, let me know what you think about that. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.